Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Come get it on Killer without the blow. I want to make you a winner, and soon you know how to shoot the moon right out the window, how to sit back tight and breathe the airflow. So how we gonna do it tonight on the K-Dog Show, yo? How y'all doing tonight? Tonight I got my friend Mark Andreas. He's the author of an amazing book called The Sweet Fruit from the Bitter Tree, and we're here to talk about his writing and the book, and we're gonna pull an excerpt out, and I'm just gonna chat with my friend Mr. Andreas here. How you doing tonight, Mr. Andreas?
Doing fantastic, K-Dog.
That's good, that's good, that's good. I'm so glad you could make it on the show. I always want to be hospitable, so you got a choice of beverage you like?
Alright, I think I'll go for the Sierra Nevada.
Alright, and would you like the K-Dog to open it for you?
Oh, wow.
My pleasure.
Can't turn the... Cheers, K-Dog.
Cheers. So, I've been reading this book, and you like to say it's 61 stories out of compassion. What's the dialogue there? In the parentheses, you know, after you say the title.
The subtitle?
The subtitle, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Alright, the subtitle. There are a lot of books out there about how to learn how to respond non-violently or in different useful ways to conflict.
And that's why I brought you on the show, yo, because K-Dog is a lover, not a fighter. That's my trademark.
There you go, there you go.
All right, pound it.
Here's to love.
Yeah, cheers.
So this book is a whole book of stories of examples of people acting in a creative, outside-the-box kind of way to conflict.
They like get in the moment, they get all clever and stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've read some stories in there. I like it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you describe it well.
So, yeah, that's the subtitle in a nutshell.
Very, very, very nice. So, and I understand that like you have some background so that when you put this stuff together, you have some experiences in your life that you really relate to these people that are sharing these stories with you. And one of those things is you were working with troubled teens.
That's true.
Tell me about that.
Well, the one story in here from me is a story of my experience working with troubled teens. So
Well, what exactly did you do? What was your job?
Well, my job was to wander around with these kids, and I like to joke that they were technically at risk whenever I was out there chaperoning them through the wilderness, teaching them how to camp and survive and work together
in the wilderness, like with bears and lions and shit.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that'll scare those little punks, huh?
It's true. It's true. One time we actually snuck up on a kid, and he was convinced that we were a mountain lion, and we actually never told him because he got so frightened. We didn't want him. We didn't want him to know.
When I was younger, I was on a camping trip. It's like one of those mountaineering things, and I think it was Friday the 13th. I'm not kidding you. And one of the team leaders, he had this big growly voice, and he scared the shit out of both the girls and the boys because they were like far enough apart that you couldn't hear, sound from that distance. And he got both of us. Of course, he told us who he was, so we all got to know who scared us. But yeah, shit. I guess he probably tells that story to date, huh?
He probably does.
I love good stories like that, yo.
Maybe it'll end up in a book somewhere someday.
Like this book here?
Probably not this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you mean it never got in here?
No, that story is not in here.
Oh, okay.
That's just an extra little tidbit for all you watchers today.
Where did you do these wilderness trips? I from what I read, you do them all over the country?
We were mostly in the Southwest here.
Mostly in the Southwest?
Yeah, that was 3 years ago.
There's some big mountains in the Southwest.
There are some big mountains, yep.
So
we like up and down those.
Like, I hear there's some really pretty landscape down by, from Durango. There's a Weminuche Wilderness.
I'm not familiar with that one.
That's where I got scared. That's the only reason I remember. It's a difficult word, Weminuche. But, yeah, that was a good story, too. Do we want to take a look at one of your excerpts, or, how you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great, yeah. Whatever the K-Dog wants to do.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a look. I read that that chapter 2, I think, was one you were wanting, huh? And let's see here.
They're all great stories. So yeah, that was one that I thought would be a good length, but
yeah,
if the K-Dog feels inspired, the K-Dog can just choose.
All right.
Choose his story.
Right.
So
I like impromptu.
It's actually a great thing about this book is that you don't.
You have my wallet. This is a good one.
All right.
You have my wallet. You know, where are my glasses? Where are my shades? I somehow misplaced my shades. I was about to take off my shades so I could read, and I don't even have my shades on.
Well, I guess that makes that easy.
It does make it easy. Hello, y'all. I don't have my shades, and I'm going to read for you from Mr. Andreas' Sweet Fruit from the Bitter Tree. Actually, let's take a closer look so you all can go check this out after you hear this amazing story. You have my wallet, yo. It was late in the evening in Glasgow, and I had decided to walk back to my bed and breakfast rather than take a taxi. Now, Glasgow, like just about any city of a reasonable size, tends to have its more or less challenging parts of town. And by challenging, I mean the kind of place where you're likely to have interesting experiences with city's more problematic residents. I like that phrase, problematic residents. I've had some problematic residents before, yo. One wrong turn, and you could quickly wind up having a very different experience. So, while walking back to the B&B, I went a few blocks too far and found myself at a construction site. Walking through a passageway that obscured me from the street, out of the shadows, 6 young men approached me before I could get through. Oh shit,
Something's about
That's
to go
not
down.
good, that's not good.
Yeah.
The first young man came up to me smirking in a way that was simultaneously friendly and menacing. Dude, he's like a manipulator, isn't he? It reminded me of the smile I saw on the delinquents in the movie A Clockwork Orange. Oh, I love that movie, yo. They act like clowns and they do wrong to people, man. And it's crazy, dude. But the cinematography, the pictures, they're really good. With that same kind of attitude, he stated, "I'll have your wallet." Shit, you'll have my wallet. Now, there are a number of ways that I could have responded. I'm a pretty big, strong guy. So I could have grabbed the young... Now, that's not me. It's the person narrating here. What was his name?
Michael Perez.
Michael Perez?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to meet this guy. This guy's a badass.
True.
I'm a pretty big, strong guy, it says. So I could have grabbed the young man by the arm and twirled him about, threatening to knock all his friends down, yo. Yeah, that's right. You take out the leader and then they all run away, right? Yeah, that's what he's talking about. I also could have been subtler and used some martial arts tomfoolery to abuse them of this particular notion of how to have a good time earning pocket money. And yet, there was something about this phrasing and mock-friendly tone that caught my attention. I'll have your wallet. My face lit up with surprise and happiness, yo. You have my wallet, I said? I was only a small misinterpretation of his words, and it came out of my mouth without thinking. That's wonderful, dog. Without giving him a chance to say anything else, I immediately went into a frantic stream of consciousness, explained to him just how incredibly relieved I was. As I was supposed to be on a plane out tomorrow, I couldn't find my passport. Yo, this is amazing the way the circumstances wrapped up together in this story. I wasn't sure how I was going to get on the plane. There was no cash in my wallet, but all my credit cards were there, and I didn't know how I was going to pay for the hotel. Then I proceeded to ask him how exactly he knew that I lost it around here, yo. Did he see me drop it the last time I walked by, or did he recognize my face from my ID card? I don't know how that shit happens, man. As I barraged him, barrage. Help me out here. Barrage.
Yeah, you got it.
Barrage. It's like getting his face and stuff.
It's like overwhelmed.
Like too many words at once.
Exactly.
I do that all the time when I get hyper, yo, because we're having fun.
The K-Dog's good at barraging.
K-Dog is killer at barraging, yo. Let's see, Yeah, as I barraged him with this information, I grabbed his hand and started shaking it while I patted him on the shoulder. This was not only a good way to startle him out of his previous pattern of intent, which was not so good intent, lesser intent, right? But it would also serve me in good instead if he didn't respond the way I thought he might. I don't have your wallet. He stuttered, his face awash in confusion. I said, you don't have my wallet? I asked. Then why did you tell me you had my wallet? Still holding his hand, I launched into diatribe. Diatribe. What is a diatribe?
A diatribe.
I'm getting educated by Mr. Andreas here.
I think you might be. A diatribe is like a whole litany of like a big monologue, a big like soapbox kind of.
A big monologue.
It's kind of like barrage.
It's kind of like barrage in a theatrical way.
Like somebody just going on and on about what's so horrible or what's the problem.
What's so horrible? What's the problem? If I write a book, I'm gonna have to come to you for counseling.
All right, Kate.
All right.
I'll invite you to
cheers to that.
Cheers
to that. All right. So stick with us, yo. Okay. Still holding his hand, I launched into a diatribe about being completely screwed and not knowing what I was going to do. I really let that forlorn emotion register, not only in my voice, but all across my face. We're almost done with the story, but you listen, because it's about to get real. You lost it around here, he asked, mirroring my concern. For the next 15 minutes, he and his friends helped me look, searching in the nooks and crannies around the fence of the construction site to see if we could locate my wallet. As we did, I don't think anyone was more amazed by what happened than I was. I'm not sure I could have done what I did if I'd had to think about it in advance. It's like stuff that just comes off the top of your head. It's like a miracle in the moment, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Yeah, I like this stuff, man. It was just one of those times where I got into a flow state and magic happened. I like magic. Finally, after what I thought was an appropriate moment of time, I told them it was no use to continue. I shook all of their hands in turn, thanking each one of them in a heartfelt way for being kind enough to help me look. I told them that I was lucky to run into such a great kind people. I wish them all a wonderful night and send them on their way, still looking more than a bit confused. Hey, yo, he turned the world upside down in a positive way. That's what the K-Dog's trying to do, yo. So anyways, I like to think that the next time those guys need to collect a little money to buy a few pints, they might just find it more difficult to objectify someone and think of them simply as an easy way to grab a few quid. Quid? What's quid?
That's the money they've got out in Glasgow.
That's the money they got in Glasgow? Shit, is Glasgow its own country?
Well, it's not here.
Yeah. I'm sounding silly right now, aren't I? Well, who knows is what you said. Maybe one day they'll even step in to help somebody else having problems because they found out just how good it feels to help out a fellow human being. Or maybe not. I have no idea really. But I'd like to think that some good came of our interaction, not just for myself in keeping my wallet, but also for the young man. Shit, he had his wallet the whole time? Oh, snap. That's a dog. That's a dog. Damn, he's quick on his feet, yo.
He's very quick on his feet.
Did he remember that he had his wallet on him when he ran into that situation? Or
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was all just a inspiration of, we'll just pretend like I don't have it, and then they won't be able to rob it.
Well, one thing is clear to me. Michael Perez, you are badass, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Andreas, for letting me read one of your excerpts here. I know I stumbled on a few places, but it was educational, the stumbles.
That's a very good point you make, K-Dog.
I appreciate your teaching ability.
You might even say that every story in here is a stumbling of sorts that can be educational.
Yeah, like a stumbling on violence that like turns to positivity and compassionate love.
Well said.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I got my own way of saying it, but we all got our own ways of saying different things, you know? That's what being a writer is about.
That's true, and each one of these stories is told in its own way from the person that I interviewed.
Of course, if I had gone to school a little longer, maybe I would have understood some of these words a little bit better, but I understand the point. And that's the main thing. That's what you want your readers to get. Very, very nice. And I say you're a great teacher, and you are. And is it true you do something called it's an acronym, isn't it? It's a NLP.
That's true. I do.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's again, it stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
Neuro-Linguistic
So
Programming.
basically, mind, language, and reprocessing, or learning, really, is a way.
Reprocessing.
So it's kind of